Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name's Emma Lefebvre, and today we are doing May's watercolor floral bouquet. I know I'm a little late to the game for this. It's already May, and I usually do it the month before, but I've been a little busy. Very busy, very tired. But we're gonna get around to it today, so let's jump right in and start. Okay, so today we are going to be painting May's floral bouquet, and to start I just want to figure out the color palette, so I'm just going to do it on this little scrap piece of paper. I'm going to be painting on Arches cold press watercolor paper today. I have my Winsor Newton Professional Watercolors in my palette and my Emma Lefebvre Craftimo brushes. I have my size 12, 2, and 6 round, and we'll see which ones we end up using. And we're ready to start. So I'm just going to wet up my paints here. Spray them down. And I think for May, I want to do some like oranges and purples and pinks maybe. So I'm going to start with just this cadmium orange that I have, which I don't usually use, but I feel like we're going to use it today. Nice bright orange. We're going to do a pink. Maybe make it a bit more of like a magenta. I have a magenta here. We could do like a magenta color. And then some purples. Let's get some dioxazine purple, but just water it down a bit. And then like a bluish purple maybe. So I'm going to mix a bit of cobalt blue with my purple. Like that for our flowers. And then our greens are going to be more of a bright green. So I think I'm going to use sap green for this. And then we can always use a little bit of olive greens and all that stuff. But I think that's a pretty springy May color palette for this. All right. So let's begin. And I don't really have a plan going into this too much. But let's just start. I think I'm going to do some like orange ranunculuses. I don't know. And to do that, it's kind of like our rose, where you do these like really tight curve shapes. But they kind of, instead of making them a lot thicker, you keep kind of doing these tight, thin curve shapes all around until you get to the very kind of end. I think I'm going to add a little bit of pink to my peach or my orange as we move on out. It's a little bit too pigmented, and we're just going to make it slightly bigger around the edges. Just giving a bit more pressure to make those strokes thicker. Still want it to be pretty orange. I'm just gonna throw some orange in there like that. Maybe we can add that darker pinkish orange to the center. Feeling a little rusty. I haven't really painted too much recently, obviously. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna do like a pinky peony this way. Not too bright. I'm gonna have it facing that way. So I'm having the shorter petals over here, and then some longer petals over here. Making it super loose. Having some darker pinks. And And we're leaving that center because we're going to do some of the stamen in there. Like that. We'll do that after. And then I think we're going to do maybe another like peachy pinky flower. So I'm just going to bring some of this orange over here. And we'll just do kind of like a, I don't know, like not an anemone, but just one of those ones with like 5 petals. We're just making it nice and loose. And I'm having the short petal on this side. Like that. A bit more color towards the center. You can have some around the tips if you want. Like that. And I'm just going to start popping some green in there before it dries so we can have some color bleeds and just filling in some of that greenery there. Like so. Like that. And then I'm going to start doing some purples. So I'm just going to take this light purple, maybe make them kind of like sweet peas or I don't know. So I'm just going to do some loose kind of small florals. So I'm going to grab a bit more purple, a bit more cobalt blue, oops, a bit more purple. And I don't even really know what flower I'm doing here. We're just kind of doing some fun little buds. Maybe a bit more blue. Oh, too much blue. Maybe a small little bud here. And before that dries, I'm going to take my green so I can do little stems that will bleed into the bottoms like that. Do little leaves coming off of it. I don't know what these are. I think I'm going to do another orange kind of ranunculus thing over here to balance that orange out. Actually grab a bit of that pink to make it a bit darker in the center. Oops, a little bit too dark. Tap a bit in there. And again, we're just making these really thin kind of petals going around. Making it slightly lighter as I move on out. I'm just making it a bit thicker on this side so it looks like it's pointing that way a bit more. Grab a bit more color. Like so. And I'm going to add some green while it's still wet. If you see me dabbing my paintbrush on my paper towel often, that's because I'm just trying to take off some pigment and some water just so I don't add too much. It's just kind of a way to help water control so you're not adding too much on there. There we go. Add some over here. Okay, and I think I want to add some more of those like purpley flowers. I might even add a little bit of purpley pinks. I'm just doing these like these random kind of petal shapes. I like this color palette. It's so fresh and pretty. Like that. Grab our green. Gonna connect stems. Add some little leaves. I think I'm going to add like another little peony, maybe like more of a bud at the top here because it looks a little bare. So I'm just going to do this like circular bud shape. Make it a little bit lighter to start. Can even do another little one here. Add some darker pink to the top. A little bit down there. Get our green. Touch the bottom. Just fill it in with some leaves. Like so. It's just so it's a little bit fuller at the top here. And then I feel like maybe I want to balance out that orange a bit more. I feel like I could have a little bit of orange right there and then maybe some purple down here just to balance it out. Maybe like the smallest little orange ranunculus kind of bud, like it's starting to form or something. Like that. Okay. And then a little bit more purple down here. All right, and then our green. Okay, and now we're going to start to do a bit more greenery and fillers just to kind of finish it up, kind of mold the bouquet shape that we want, which is kind of just like a cluster, let's be honest here. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my green. I think I'm going to fill it up here a bit more. Oops, a little bit too much color. Maybe a bit over here. And if you want to add some like little fillers, you definitely can. You don't have to. I might just leave it just to keep it a bit more simple. Yeah, I think so. So we're going to do the inside of this peony. I'm going to grab some cadmium yellow. We're just going to do the stamen part, just little lines and like these little dots with the tip of our brush. Same with this one, just make it yellow. And then this flower is looking a little bit flat, so I think I'm just going to add like a tiny bit of lines to it. Like that. Nothing too crazy. But there we go. There is our May floral bouquet. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.